Syracuse Hopkins, does that still get you fired up after all these years?
It sure does. You know, the Syracuse-Hopkins rivalry goes way back. I think our first national championship in the new NCAA era is in 1983, and both teams have been in the championship a number of times. So it's always a great game to watch and a great game to play in.
Last year, a tough loss against Hopkins. How much is that motivating you guys this weekend?
Well, I think it comes into play a little bit, but it's more the fact that we were so young and we needed that experience, and they were a little bit more experienced than we were. So, we're hoping that we're going to play better this go around, especially at home in the Carrier Dome.
How's Fop doing? Will he be available this week?
Yeah, Fop should be.
Everybody else healthy?
He's practicing now.
Yeah, Lucas Quinn is still out. I'm trying to think if there's anybody else. I can't think of anybody right now.
Rafe has popped in a couple goals last week, so he did get on the score sheet. Did you see anything different about what he was trying to approach, or was it just a matter of time for him getting out there?
Well, I think it's a matter of time, and as we discussed earlier, I think that he's been under the weather even today. He's hacking a little bit, but it was good to see him, find the back of the net, and I think it's just a confidence booster for him.
It's kind of an understatement, but how important he was leading scorer last year, or leading return scorer. How important is it to have him rolling like that?
Yeah, well, we need attackmen to produce. And it gives us a nice 1-2 punch with Solomon behind on the righty spot and Rafis on the lefty spot with Voigt on the inside. So, anytime, and you get transition, so you need your attackmen to hit. They should have more points than middies most of the time.
What can you learn from the loss against Hopkins last season?
Well, we learned from many of our losses, but that was so long ago that we're looking ahead. We're a different team than we were a year ago, and we're focusing on what they do offensively and defensively and what we do, what we're going to do to counter that.
Anybody, frustrated, a little discouraged after last weekend? It's a tough way to lose, obviously. You sort of seen, has that sort of affected team practice, good, bad, anyway?
Well, I think we came out pretty upbeat yesterday. We had Monday off. I'm frustrated with it, maybe more than anybody else, just because I saw the score and the amount of time left, and we had what we thought, I think, were a couple scoring opportunities that we didn't score on. I wish things were called a little bit differently, but we probably should have pulled it out. What hurt us too is we had to take a timeout earlier in the second half when we scored being man down and we didn't have our man group out there. There was still 10 seconds left in the penalty, so we had to take a timeout, and that really hurt me in the fourth quarter, where I could have used an extra timeout just to slow things down.
Mm-hmm. Any other points of emphasis coming from that game into this week?
Just being smart, and we're learning who Hopkins is, how we're going to ride him, how we're going to clear against him, and how we're going to, what to look for within our offenses, and then defensively to counter what they do offensively, because they're starting to come into their own. They were like us early in the season. They had a couple of tough losses, and now they're starting to hit their stride.
What are you seeing from them offensively, defensively, that you're going to need to counter?
Well, the tech is strong. They got two Dodgers, Marr, whose father coaches at Albany. He's a very good finisher. He's a good inside player. They look to him for their scoring. I think he is their leading goal scorer right now. And in the midfield, I think they're trying to find themselves. They're doing it by committee, and as a result, they're getting a lot of inverts, a lot of big littles, where they put an offensive midi and an attackman behind the goal and try to take advantage of mismatches there.